All right, welcome back. Uh, just a few things. So, I figured something out. So, one of the most resource intensive parts of a game is how many frames. I love how you're not even like, no, there's no game right now. It's just me. One of the most resource intensive parts of a game is how many frames are shown every second. You've heard FPS before in a game. And back in the day, it used to be like, especially with consoles, you get like 30 frames per second. Um, Now in more recent generations, 60. PC, it doesn't matter. A lot of the time it's on. And so it'll usually get tied to what a lot of the times it'll go up to like resolution or the fuck, the refresh rate. It'll usually go up to the refresh rate, I think. Maybe I'm just talking. But in a lot of games you can actually pick how many frames are shown per second. You can set an FPS cap. Um, Vertical sync actually does that as well. If you do vertical sync, you synchronize the game's refresh rate with the game's frame rate with my computer, like my screen that I'm playing on right now. It's a 140 refresh. So it was actually generating 100 frames per second. That's a lot. I will say there is a pretty noticeable difference between 30 frames per second and 60. I could not tell you the difference 60 and 90. Maybe I could, but the further up you get, the less able you are to distinguish. Like it's very, very harder because like the human eye really can't perceive it. So especially between 90 and 140, I would never. 60 is good enough for me, and it gives back a lot to the game. So there's actually no settings that let me do this. I can't actually. Um, fuck, we're gonna put on a. I can't actually set cap. Um, Strangely enough. Um, but I was able to go into my NVIDIA control panel and set a cap for the game. So I had to do it outside of the game, but it's fine. We get it. And now I
I
think
need to
it's gonna
piece
run
this together
way
on the
better.
chessboard.
Let's look at the
The dark presence is vulnerable against bright light. At least that makes sense.
does making the clicker. Make status. Come on.
Okay. Protocols don't mean that much at this point anyway. Don't make me regret this, Anderson.
What the fuck is going
Until the
Wake attacked. Scratch or Wake? Has Scratch been Wake this whole time? Where's the real Alan Wake? That is
Okay.
Oh wait.
Protocols don't mean that much at this point anyway. Don't make me regret this, Anderson.
Dang. I didn't know you could
Until the
actually
power's back on, the door to the holding cells won't open. There's a fuse box downstairs in
Wake
the
has been
basement.
contacting me
Here,
in Dark Place.
you'll need these keys.
It was happening with time, but what if it's simpler than that? Same thing as Wake. All this time, man.
Scratch is Wake's double. He tricked us. He almost got the clicker from me. The whole plan has gone out the window. How could we get this so wrong?
Textbook boondoggle.
Boondoggle.
You said it, Anderson. It's a shit show. So what's the plan?
The FBC usually handles stuff like this, right? Any thoughts?
Hold up. You brought a paranatural object in here without telling me and then almost handed it over to a hostile entity? I didn't know if I could trust you. That was a mistake. So was believing Scratch. But it's not too late. I just need to understand more. You got that right. Let's start acting like we're on the same side, yeah?
About reality
The horror
changing.
story's changing reality. It made it so my daughter died here, even though she's supposed to be back home in Virginia. Do you know if that's... AWEs are localized distortions of reality. The area outside town might not be affected. Sometimes they expand, sometimes they fizzle out. If we can make sure it's the latter, your kid might be fine.
Cool. That's good.
The whole thing is a nightmare. I can't let my family be torn apart. Having family isn't easy in this line of work. The late nights, travel, alternate realities threatening their existence.
Yeah, that's terrible.
My ex-wife couldn't take it.
Karen.
Sorry
you're
about your
better off
ex-wife.
without her. I know I am.
Scratch pretended to be Wake to trick us.
He almost won me over.
He won me
should've
over.
trusted my gut. Had a bad feeling about him when we found him at the lake. When that insane monster cloud came at me in the woods, I saw a face inside it. Wake's. I think he was always a monster. Always Scratch.
We can profile Scratch? Okay, we have to try that. On. Okay, let's try profiling. Probably won't wake. I can actually talk. What Scratch wants? Well, he wants the clicker because clicker can destroy him.
Scratch was pretending to be Wake. Manipulating me. What does he want from me? No. I'm in control here. It's my mind place. He's powerful. Too powerful. Just his presence here makes me feel sick. Like a wave of terror through my head. I feel his single-minded drive to get the clicker.
Okay, let's not do that again. Trapped in the dark place.
I assumed Wake escaped the dark place. Is it possible he's still there?
The Big Apple in an ocean of darkness. Gone diving. Note from my editor. You're using the wrong tense. Trapped in a loop. My friends will meet him when I'm gone.
Wake is still trapped in the dark place. Maybe he always was.
Most likely, yeah. Deduction available. What the fuck? He's trapped in the dark place. What?
Wake is trapped in the dark place. He's been reaching out, communicating with me in the overlaps.
How to rescue Wake. Scratch the entire time. Their clip. We already read this, right? The lake have. Yeah. Yeah, we did. Oh. Huh. Do not microwave whole fish. I shouldn't have to say that. Okay, why would anyone have to fucking say that? Like, who would do that? That's so fucked up. Whenever I had fish for leftovers at work, when I used to go into the office, I would just eat it cold, because don't heat up fish like that. That's fucked up. Mulligan owes me 20 bucks and refuses to pay it back. I suggest we dock his pay for that amount, plus interest, and add it directly into my paycheck. That's a good idea. Thorne doesn't remember I already paid him back by buying him lunch months ago. Listen to him. Definitely do not touch my pay, or I'll swear to God I'll sue. Front desk computer. personal quarrels. Hey y'all, I missed the sync on Deerfest safety prep last time. I put the bayonets into the suggestion box was clearly kidding, right? Right? I'm saying that there's a need to keep the arrested folks under lock and key, but who the heck is the paranoid madman who decided we needed every other door in our facility to be geared with the latest high-tech top security nonsense? The stuff's not safe. One power outage and those locks aren't budging. I warned you about this a half dozen times now. Don't blame me when you're locked in with no way out, Officer Cooper. That's supposed to be a reference to Twin Peaks.
So tell me what I'm missing. The FBC must know something.
Good news, we have Bureau intel on all of this.
That's good.
Bad news, it's highly classified.
You just
Good
tell
news,
me.
Consider yourself deputized into the Federal Bureau of Control. Here's a key to the cell where we keep the
Oh.
files. Happy reading.
Okay. Thanks. Go team.
Go team.
You really don't remember Logan living in Virginia with me and David?
I remember you and David having problems. You needed a break. You and Logan moved to Watery and then Logan, oh, that awful thing happened.
Oof.
After you came back to work, I thought you'd be the perfect partner for this case, if you were willing to return to the area.
Okay. That's enough. The story is changing your memories. What you're remembering is fiction. Logan is alive. I'm not divorced. We never moved here. I remember the truth.
No. Wake or Scratch, whoever that was, said the story could be used to attack us. We all need to question what's real. With that said, how do we know the story isn't giving
Because
you
she's not
false
affected
hope?
by it, because
I
she's
can't
an
convince
Anderson.
him. I
But
just need to change the story.
yeah, what is she supposed to say? Well, I'm actually a seer. So, it's fine. Hey. Shit, yeah, Yako died.
I'm sorry about your brother, Elmo.
Yaakov was all heart.
Everything was
He always
crazy. I didn't even
went along
take
with my
really
ideas, no
notice.
matter how stupid they were. Always happy to help. I got carried away. I never think things through. It's my fault.
I'm to come clean about the cult. Yeah,
I
please tell me
realize
what's
it's a
going
bad
on.
time. But I need you to tell me everything about the cult of the tree.
The cult is my craziest idea that ever worked. Look, what kind of a cult calls themselves a cult? Exactly. We protect
Fair.
Watery and Bright Falls. We're the good guys. A secret neighborhood watch. Well, that was the idea anyways. Look, we've always known about the horror inside the lake. When any Taken come out, we kill them.
You don't turn people into Taken. You kill the ones who already have.
That's so obvious. All of the lights, they set up a whole fucking operation. The person who came out of the water, the person I play as in the beginning of the game, that person was a Taken. Maybe they weren't obviously Taken at first, but they were gonna turn into a Taken. It's not like an instant like process. It's gradual, as we've kind of seen from the pages that we read. It does take time. So they set up an operation. They set up all these like that. They grab the would be Taken, and then they take out their heart and they write some shit down. And oh man, okay, yeah, that makes way more sense.
How long has the cult been around for?
Certain folks around here have always known about Cauldron Lake. Before us, it was the Torchbearers. And when I inherited the mission, I wanted to call it a cult.
Torchbearer.
It was genius. Just a name did half the work. Made people too scared to go into the woods at night. Business 101. Fear is a great motivator.
You were trying to kill Alan Wake. Why?
Nothing good has ever come out of Cauldron Lake. The nightmare that hit Bright Falls in 2010 was all because of his writing. And ever since then, pages of his stories are floating up from the lake, and monsters keep popping out. It's all him, Wake. And if we don't stop him, no one will.
Wake's evil doppelganger Scratch is the threat we're facing, not Wake. And I will stop him.
I've never heard of anyone called Scratch.
Huh. We just got some good ones there. Fact or fiction. There we go. Case
I
closed.
know what is real and what isn't. A megalomaniac writer can't make me doubt that. I have more family than I even knew. And I need to protect them all.
It is funny because we assumed that which parts are false and which are real. Left David, moved to Watery with Logan, left after Logan did not drown. Mom from Watery, Tor and Odin, family power, not technique. That makes sense because I originally thought I was like, oh, like they're changing reality to that. But like once it became like understood that it wasn't the fact that they were mistaken, it's just they kind of hid this life from her.
Investigating the story's lies led me to a family I didn't know I had. Or was finding them part of the story too.
Potentially.
Maybe it doesn't matter.
Alright, well let's close. 3. Never heard of Scratch. Working with or with Wake Scratch, operating on their own. Huh. Oh, oh no. Corrupted. Both thinks Wake is responsible. Taken. Stop this.
No.
Nightingale only victim to be a monster. Why? Yeah, he did become a monster because it was interrupted. That should have been the biggest thing. The ritual was interrupted. They didn't have time to use the clicker. And because they didn't do that, he became a monster. That's ult goal. Where's the goal? Oh, here it is. Reduction. No. Boom. Be a smart. Oh no, we already there. Put some shit down here. Right fall. How many have I missed? God, look at all of these. God. I missed a ton. No wonder I'm underpowered. Well, that was helpful. Wait, still have stuff to do. Oh, profiling. Oh, the cult. Oh, being taken.
Ilmo said the cult kills Taken. Is he telling the truth?
Surplus deer masks buy in bulk. We've got a floater, a Taken on the shore. Call the gang Yako. We are going hunting. Cult of the Tree.
Tree.
Keeping the town safe since 2013.
Ilmo is telling the truth about the cult. They really were fighting the Taken. We're on the same side.
Gale came back
If the cult is killing Taken, then why did Nightingale turn into one?
because the ritual was
Private
interrupted.
Party, invitation only. Wrong time, wrong place. Time to go, Yako. A job half done isn't done at all.
Nightingale became a Taken because the Bookers interrupted their ritual.
Now we. There we go. Boom. All right. Let me quick break. Back. Yeah. So let's go and
This is the kind of case my ex hated. No
Yeah?
one might kill me.
That's funny.
listen.
The
Let's
cases
listen
that
in.
might kill me were my ex's favorite.
But look at that. It was just a quick joke. Of a quick joke. What about in Wake scratches prisons? Information.
The cult didn't trust Wake. Or is it Scratch?
Okay, transcription of interview with subject. Alan Wake, suspected para-utilitarian. Patient Bright Falls, interviewer. Aaron Estevez, lead agent. Mr. Wake, been taken into FBC custody and will receive an in-depth interrogation at a later date. For now, I need to ask if there was anything you can tell us for an incident at the hotel. There's a force here you don't. After me. Wants to consume me. Consume everything. Yes, you mentioned this dark presence before. Why does it want you? It feeds on art, on the art they create. It wants me because of my, but it can be any form of art, any artistic expression, music, painting, film, photography. Feed on any of it. Ooh, photography. Feed on Alice. And that's why, originally, technically, it took Alice. I mean, it really wanted Wade, but it took Alice. I mean, I think it really. She is a photography person, with as we saw in the Allen chapters. You're well aware of this entity, Mr. Wake. Been tracking the situation here for a long time now. You yourself have been on our radar for over a decade. Sure, those nuts in the research department are just going to love checking you out. Hey, make a note to redact that before. Let's get back on track. Yeah, because he called them nuts. Christ. Mention the light switch earlier. Where is it now? I don't know. Need it. Can't end this without it. Will you help me get it? Karen. I forget what his name is. Oh shit. What's his name? I'll let him up there. Karen, yeah. Mr. Wake, you are in custody, pending charges for breaching of numerous federal violations. We're not going to give you a suspected paranormal object. AW. You're not fucking listening to me. We are listening. Fine. Now, have any accomplices? Ellen Wake. Fuck you. Let me the fuck out of here. It's consuming for me. We're all in danger. He was terminated due to the subject being uncooperative.
Wake isn't the first person the dark presence disguised itself as.
Really? Report supplement. Shadow. Summary. For extensive interviews with the witnesses, AWE 5 additional details regarding the Shadow A-010 have been discovered. Redacted and Redacted, both present during the AWE, reported seeing a woman named Barbara Jagger, Bright Falls at the Torin Odin. Jagger is a former actress and Bright Falls resident. Emigrated with the filmmaker Thomas Zane from Finland. Reported to have drowned in Cauldron Lake during a redacted AWE in 1970. Research staff have concluded that Jagger's appearance is likely a case of shadow manifesting in human form. Research is ongoing as to the nature of the connection between the shadow and the psychophysical signatures available for it. Current hypotheses are: A. Shadow can only manifest as artists or individuals tangentially involved in the creation, who have operated within a certain range of Cauldron Lake. We also know that, like, artists are people who are tangentially involved with art. Art isn't just like, oh, he's a painter, he's a photographer. It's very varied. Like, technically, Saga's an artist because she has this mental mind. Well, I mean, like, I guess, kinda. I would say so. I say this is very a creative outlet, kinda. But anything can be considered creative, you know? So art is a very nebulous. Shadow can manifest as any individual contained, definition needed within Cauldron Lake. Search is actively ongoing. File, blah, blah, blah. This.
The lake is a gateway to the dark place.
Deployment order. Urgent situation. At approximately 1900 hours on 13 September 2023, readings from the remote surveillance unit monitoring Cauldron Lake, known threshold, what researchers theorize is the dimension of A040 shadow past acceptable limits. Attempts to contact FBC Research Facility WA03, codename the Lake House, were unsuccessful. On-site event not possible. Response procedures are initiated with immediate effect. Lead agent K. Estevez will mobilize investigation unit Beta, the remote operation site at Redacted. All available shadow-specific equipment. Sorry, hold on one second. Sorry. Mobilize. Objectives. To confirm an active event. If an active AWE is occurring, dispatch team will identify its nature and severity, limit exposure to contain or neutralize the source. No event is active. Check monitoring. Perform a limited profile sweep of the area and check status of the lake house and its staff. Additional information. Relevant operatives in the area include the Cult of the Tree, Redacted, Alan Wake, currently missing. Who is the one that's redacted? The Cult of the Tree. These don't mean that they're FBC. They're just people that's of high importance. The tree, so that would be Ilmo and Jaco and all of those. Someone. Interesting. Okay.
What the hell is a para-utilitarian?
Someone who uses crazy fucking bullshit. Crazy psychic bullshit. Based on reports, the item is a switch. Part of the severed corpse still attached. Eyewitnesses' accounts suggest that the item possesses the ability. The change is being based on Redacted when used by a capable para-utilitarian. Parsing this item's effect from that of the Cauldron Lake threshold, responsible for occurring AWEs in the area, difficult because the only reported use of the items occurred near this threshold. Hold on. reality by a capable utilitarian. Parsing this item's effect that of the cauldron link. Reported uses of the item have occurred near this threshold. Without more data, we cannot confirm if the item intensifies the effect of the threshold or vice versa, or if there is no connection whatsoever. Reported material from Dr. Hartman after becoming taken, likely, have revealed that Alan Wake eliminated Barbara Jagger, likely a physical manifestation of a taken, redacted, by inserting the light switch into its chest and flicking the switch. The item is confirmed to have been used in 2010 to turn fictional writing into reality, the AWE-35. However, it is unclear what the restrictions and limitations of this effect are. The light switch is a possible object of power, but the team cannot conclusively classify the item based on second-hand accounts. Proper examination testing is required in order to classification and effect of the. Okay. So we have some thoughts. Just give me a second. Actually, you know what? Can I go out? Isn't there like stuff out here that I can grab? Oh, I figured there was like items like lying around that I could like. Get in there. Okay, weird. Alright. Let me just close this back.
I need to know what information I can
Scratch
still
pretended
trust.
to be. Trusting.
Wake told
Yeah.
me the clicker would fix this. But Wake was actually Scratch. How can I trust anything he said?
The artist must conclude his work. He rides a storm on your piece. Wake up and smell the danger. We told you already, kiddo. What Tom said about the light switch is true. Don't let the story confuse you. You need him to write the ending you want. The clicker can make that ending come true.
But we don't have Wake. Everything we knew about the clicker was true. He wasn't lying.
Let's guess. What was fighting Taken?
So the Cult of the Tree actually kills Taken. They were on our side, even if their methods are misguided and criminal.
It looked right from where we were standing. Nothing's what it seems in this case. Too many stories contradicting each other. Too many versions of the truth.
We have a lot of catching up to do after this thing is all over. Everything is different now. My family, me, the whole fucking world.
I'll buy the coffee, Anderson. Partners to the end. This case is one for the books.
I see what you did there. Scratch told me the clicker can be used to change the story. Does that match your understanding of this thing?
Yeah, the light switch is a paranatural item, maybe even an object of power. We have verified reports that Alan Wake was in possession of it during the AWE here back in 2010. It definitely has power. We know that much.
I can come up with a plan. I always do.
Alright, deduction time.
The clicker can fix this. But I can't use it without Wake. Tor knows about this stuff. Maybe he can help. Wake is still in the dark place. How do I get him out?
We live and breathe rock and roll. From the silence of screams, from the fever of dreams. The clicker can amp up other works of art, not just Tom's writing. Anything created with passion. The dark power of the lake will make it creep into reality. But if the holder of the clicker believes in the art, they can make it all come true in the flick of a switch.
I can use the clicker without Wake. Only Wake's writing can change the horror story. But I can use the clicker to change something else. Like getting Wake out of the dark place.
Huh. That deduct. Oh, not what I was trying to do. Okay. Thinking. Uh-oh, that's not good. And load. God damn it. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this one. I have to load. Because the screen decided not to show. That's so much fun. So much fun. So much. I don't bad luck. Shit. Happened. I just feel like I'm about to Q8. Fine.
So the call of the tree actually kills Taken.
Okay. We already know all. Okay, I forgot what we saw when we
Wake is still
But I'm
in the dark place.
pretty
How do I
far
get him
into
out?
We live
Yeah, we
and
already
breathe
saw
rock
this.
and roll. From the
We'll skip.
silence of-
It's bored. There we go.
I will use the clicker to change reality and bring Wake back at Cauldron
go.
Lake. I'll need the right work of art, but that won't be a problem. I've got it now. I just need to tell the others what to do and fix everything. For good.
Let's save. Alright.
So we need Wake to fix the story, right? That hasn't changed. So here's what I have. Wake's still trapped in the dark place, under the lake. I think we can use the clicker to get him out. But first, we need a work of art. Something other than his story. And that'll get him here.
I'm not filling out the paperwork for this one. Wouldn't know where to start. But I'm sold.
Okay. Look, this feels like something that once we get the ball rolling, there's no turning back. You sure you have it all figured out?
This is the beginning of the endgame travel. Not yet.
Not just yet. Give me a moment.
Okay, Anderson. You let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. I want to switch back to Can I even do it here? Maybe not. I want to switch back to I want to switch back to what's Alan's story. But honestly, let's save that for next time. I don't want to do Endgame yet. I think we need to get more caught up in Alan's story. So sounds good. I will see you all